Wildcat Soccer is on the Villanova Sports Network, and today let's play two. A beautiful Thursday sets the scene for a twin bill of soccer as Villanova men's and women's soccer will play this Thursday afternoon here at Higgins Soccer Complex. And we begin with the men's side of things as the Wildcats get set to take on Iona, and we welcome you here along to the main line alongside Steve Pinot and Ben Curtis. Glad to be with you. Steve, great start for the Villanova men and a chance to make it 2 wins out of 2.
Yeah, it really was. You know, the way they came out offensively, especially the way they were able to finish in the final third to get a 5-0 win over a good Rider club sets the tone for hopefully a good season for the Cats.
Well, that Rider team lost in the MAC championship game to today's opponent, the Iona Gales. Let's take a look, though, at what's to come for Villanova. The conference slate not too far away. Low expectations for Villanova, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, and I think this group has an inner confidence, and they're challenged by that early season poll pick at the bottom of the eastern side of the Big East. So an opportunity and a challenge for this young Villanova team.
There you see the East and the Big East, obviously one of the more expansive conferences. It's always going to be Akron leading the way on the Midwest side of things. Creighton's got a really good club this year as well.
Yeah, it's a deep league. You're going to see multiple teams in the NCAA tournament, so it's going to be interesting to see how far the Wildcats can climb this year.
Well, you talk about big expectations. Whenever you win a conference tournament one year, the next year you're going to really have the weight of repeating on you. Iona leading the way in the preseason poll, but when you have 6 different teams getting first-place votes, that means that you have a really healthy conference.
And it's deep, and there's a lot of different opinions in the league. Obviously, with Iona, the consensus pick with the 8 first-place votes. Good challenge today for Villanova. They defeated that Rider club. Can they beat Iona as well?
It was the most goals they scored in an opener in 6 years. Villanova going to try to make it 2 out of 2 against the MAC when we come back.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
Right here is where you make things. But the most important things you make here are memories. At Freedom, we understand what every part of your home means to you. That's why we take such a personal approach to helping veterans. So while there are lots of workshops, this one's different. Because it's a workshop in the garage of a home that's all yours. The home that Freedom helped you get.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
K.O.P.
Yes!
Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain.
Do we have time for Santa? If we have time for wildlife at the zoo.
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants. Yum!
Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
From a simple fall to game-changing moments. When life gets heavy and you are pushed to your limits, Rothman Orthopedics is here so you can enjoy what matters most. With expert doctors, cutting-edge technology, and personalized care for every patient, we help you find your rhythm again. Your mobility, our mission. Rothman Orthopedics.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
72 degrees and partly cloudy on a late summer day along the main line. And we welcome you back to Higgins Soccer Complex alongside Steve Pinot and Ben Curtis. Glad to be with you for this one. Couple changes for each team. Villanova making 2 changes to their starting lineup. Luke Haggerty and Lorenzo Avalos in for Fode Bangura and Cam Tolson, the 2 changes from their 5-0 win against Ryder.
Yeah, I think that speaks to a little bit of the depth that Mark Fetro's team is trying to develop in year 2 here in his program, that there's going to be some interchangeable pieces on this team, and you'll see some, as you mentioned, those 2 changes today.
Well, you get a look at James Hamilton, who has made a couple changes himself. Aitor Jordi, Emilio Rossi, Bruno Rivera all in for the first time. Hamilton's done a great job building up this Gales program, 2-time conference champions, including last year.
Yeah, he's done a really good job, especially on the international front. A lot of international starters today for the Gales. And being around that New York metro area, I think it's a comfortable feeling for international students to come across and be a part of the big city.
He's been a part of New York State soccer for a while. Guy has been a part of Pennsylvania soccer for a while is Mark Fetro, second year at Villanova, but he's been at Westchester, Penn State, has really been building up this PA roots.
Yeah, and then he had the one here as a head coach at Drexel after he left Villanova before he came back, and really looking to build on that first year. Now he's got his own recruiting class in place and looking to build on that.
So the goalie opportunities for today fall to Sebastian Cutler de Jesus for Villanova and Fernando Alves Schmelz for Iona. A Brooklyn, New York native in Cutler de Jesus playing against a school from not too far from where he grew up, and Alves Schmelz out of Lisbon, Portugal, who has seen time with the Benfica U17 sides, one of the biggest clubs in his native country. We're just about ready to go. It's Iona in their usual maroon and gold, and Villanova in the white with the blue stripe, and we are underway here on a Thursday afternoon in Villanova. Cats will be moving from right to left across your screen. Iona will be attacking from left to right. A 2-2 draw for Iona in the opening match of their season against A10 side Rhode Island up in Kingston. Villanova with a 5-0 win against a team that Iona beat in the conference championship game last time out. 5-0 win against the Rider Bronx nearly a full week ago. Both of these teams will have plenty of rest.
Yeah, you're talking about Mark Fetro, and they're going to press and try to make you feel uncomfortable on the ball. Not going to give you a lot of space to dribble.
It's a lovely turn, though, by Alvaro Monero. It's cut across well in the end by Brody Crampton, who's one of the newcomers on this Villanova team.
And as a center back, he's where he needs to be.
Freshman out of Orlando, Florida, played all 90 minutes in his career debut in that win against Ryder, and he will not shy away from those kinds of challenges, standing at 6'3" physical presence. It'll be just a throw for the Gales. And Iona on the front foot in the opening 30 seconds or so. That's Jaime Roman Jr. cutting it in towards the box. Monero able to turn, cuts it towards the 6, and it's cleared away from the initial danger. But again, Iona first to the second ball.
And right now, just a minute and a half in, dominating possession are the Gales.
The Iona team went to the first round of the NCAA tournament a season ago, just ran into an absolute buzzsaw, which we didn't quite know yet at the time. Their first round opponent, the Vermont Catamounts.
Yep.
Ended up, of course, winning the national championship in dramatic fashion last year. Are now the #1 team in the nation in the first week of the new season. What a story that was, what a scene that was. And the subsequent Vermont Green summer season as well. It's a good time to be a soccer fan up in Vermont. It's an exciting time to be a soccer fan in the Mid-Atlantic, though, as well, as the Big East and the MAAC seasons get underway and conference play just around the corner for both of these sides. Martelli got clattered through the back of him by Monero.
Yeah, I was waiting for the official to call that. You'll see it here. A good shove in the back as Martelli goes down.
Swing it, brother.
Two guys going for the ball. Shoulders. Martelli got there first, though. Really good to see Martelli getting as much playing time as he will. Tore his ACL in preseason last year and missed all of the 2024 season, but played 78 minutes in his debut in 2025, scored the 41st minute. At the time, made it 3-0 in favor of Villanova.
Where's the captain's armband for these cats? As is only a sophomore. He's the captain last year. Unfortunately, had to go out due to injuries.
Here's Haggerty getting to the end line, and just ran out of real estate. Yeah, to have a redshirt sophomore wearing a captain's armband, having played so little, is just a testament to what he's been able to do off the field.
It even says more about he was named the captain last year in the preseason before the injury. So as a true sophomore, shows you his work ethic and leadership skills.
And he's going to be a huge piece to what Villanova does on the field as well this year. The Gales build out to the back. Here's Rivera. Again, they go very direct and long in the direction of Jordy, and it goes out of play.
Good job by Crampton to get back there again.
Aitor Horde, a graduate student out of Bilbao, Spain, transfer from Slippery Rock. And back it goes for Florian Schutt, junior transfer from North Greenville, Division II school in South Carolina. There are a lot of new faces on this Iona team from that NCAA tournament side a year ago. 12 transfers on this team this year, including 3 NAIA former players.
It's just the way of life in college sports right now. You're going to be seeing a lot of that this year.
4 minutes gone by and we remain scoreless, although Iona's had the better of the possession. This Iona team led the conference last year in goals, 35 of them in 19 games, but you lose all of the talent from last year, including their top 2 goal scorers. And there will be a lot for James Hamilton to replace. Sergio Gonzalez-Fernandez scored 9 last year, ended up at George Mason this year. Bautista Rossi scored 8 a season ago, and Villanova will see him on October the 17th with his new side, the Creighton Blue Jays. As the new way of the world in college soccer and around college sports. Jaime Roman Jr. sends it all the way back. Villanova will have a chance to press a bit higher. Schmidt-Hollenstead is able to break it, though. Storm Schmidt-Hollenstead going to be one of those NAIA transfers who is a steadying presence, a graduate student. Spent 2 years at University of the Cumberlands, and now with his second different Gales program. He was at St. Mary's out in California. Yep. And now with Iona, so he doesn't have to change too much of the biography.
If he has a tattoo, he's good to go.
Yeah. Here's Schutt again. Monero's been pulling the strings in the first 5 minutes for Iona. Coming across, well, not for the first time today to cover, is Crampton.
Just be a throw just outside the corner flag.
Crampton looks comfortable so far. 5 years of high school varsity soccer at Lake Highland Prep. Cross comes in. It's cleared only as far as the edge of the 18 for Schmidt-Hollenstead.
Again.
He gets taken down. Referee allows play to continue, and that will be a goal kick. Crampton really does look very comfortable. Has a good eye for the ball and where it's going to be headed next.
And his positioning has been very good early on.
Out of the really well-regarded Florida Craze Academy. Just his year alone with that club, 5 Division I commits, including Ellison Ruffin, who is now at Big East Midwest Division side Xavier. Not on the schedule for Villanova this season, so they won't get to play each other, but perhaps sooner rather than later, eventually, Crampton will get to face his old club teammate.
Bogdanov just headed that one over the sideline.
Martelli will hoist it long and ask Sam Yanka to run onto the ball. Haven't said Yanka's name too much so far.
And that's what they did against Ryder. A lot of those long balls through the middle, and Yanka was able to get on the end of a couple of those.
The transfer from West Virginia going to be asked to score most of the goals this year for Villanova. Scored 2 against Ryder en route to being named the Philly Soccer Big Six Player of the Week. Martelli, incidentally, was named the Defensive Player of the Week by that group as well. It's always interesting to see those kinds of awards being given in the non-conference when everyone's playing different caliber of competition.
And that's when you get a offensive output of 5 goals and you put up a clean sheet. You have an opportunity to have the offensive player and the defensive player.
Really complete performance in game 1 of year 2 of Mark Petro's reign here, leading the way for the Wildcats. 7.5 minutes gone by. We remain scoreless here at Higgins Soccer Complex. Ben Curtis, Steve Pannone with you. Iona has looked the team more aggressive.
Yeah, they've done a good job against this Villanova press. Short passing, but then connecting.
Villanova's been able to stymie a lot of that in the midfield before any grade A opportunities come. That center back partnership of Crampton and Avalos making sure nothing gets away from him. Haggerty trying to play the 1-2 was interrupted by Yannick Vogel.
Good idea by Vasquez. They're going to go back to Haggerty. Just got deflected.
Vogel, another one of the NAIA transfers out of Morningside University in Iowa. Had 5 goals and 5 assists there last year. Had just 2 goals in the previous 3 years combined. So James Hamilton realized he had a breakout year and wanted to get him up to the next level. That will fall kindly for Lorenzo Avalos, the sophomore. Will hoist it forward again for Yanka, who was a little bit too physical and going for it.
Pick up a foul. Good aggressive play by Yanka. Just caught the back of the heel.
This Villanova team that's looking to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2021. Yanka, with some winning pedigree at the Division I level, will certainly help. Got to the second round of the tournament last year with the Mountaineers. 22 games played a season ago. 2 assists. Averaged nearly half an hour per game, so he was not riding the bench the entire time for that really solid West Virginia side. Always are competitive in the Big 12. Shoot. Back for Rossi, and this back 3 of Iona will keep it moving. It's a 3-5-2 when they have the ball and a 5-3-2 when they don't.
And it forcing Villanova to chase here a little bit. Villanova not deterred, though.
Shoot is the furthest right of those 3 central defenders, and he'll send it long and send Horde on the run. Horde will catch up to it. Sharp angle shot fizzed across the face of goal. That's the first real attempt for either side.
It looked like Villanova had that well defended. Both center backs were there, but Avalos wasn't able to get much of a head on it. Went right down to the feet of the Iona player. As Ben mentioned, he sent it right across the goal crease, but no one there on the back post.
It's not a bad idea for Horde. As you said, the graduate transfer from Slippery Rock. Nifty move by Bogdanov, another freshman. And again, it's clipped long. More numbers forward. This time it's going to fall into the hands of Fernando Alves-Schmelz.
T-Dites would have run out of midfield there.
Schmelz, a sophomore out of Lisbon, second team all-conference last year. Had 4 saves while giving up the 2 goals in the opener against Rhode Island. Iona will play out of the back here. He's gotten a look with the Portuguese U18 national side. Of course, great pedigree of goalkeepers in Portugal. Rui Patricio has been the #1 for a very long time for that national team. But when you get a look with the U17 side for a club like Benfica, it's a huge testament to the talent that Alves-Schmelz has. We're told he also had a test with Porto, one of the other huge clubs in that country, as Villanova looks to attack down the right flank. And a physical challenge put in will result in a foul. That was Schmidt-Hollenstead.
Yeah, it was Haggerty. A good job from his fullback position. Showing some good skill here. Changing direction and then draws the foul.
Schmidt-Hollenstead made sure he got his money's worth for that.
The Wildcats will have an opportunity to swing one into the box here.
It's going to be Martelli who is going to claim this one.
Yeah, see, that'll bring the center backs up. Trying to get him maybe on the end of one of these crosses with a header, win something in the air.
Zach Miles is 6'3", as is Crampton. Two of the tallest players on the field for Villanova. One of the better opportunities so far for the Wildcats. Martelli's service goes towards the back post. It's too long for everyone.
Just a little bit too much on that one.
So the first real good-looking opportunity for Villanova will go by the wayside. Chance for Alvis Schmelz to once again start to build up out of the back for the Gales. We're outshot 14-10 and 6-4 against Rhode Island in that opener. They were only outshot in 4 of the 19 games all of last season, including that NCAA tournament loss to Vermont. But obviously the new look Gale side with a lot of changes made from a season ago will take a little bit more time to gel. Will fall kindly for one of the returners though, Monero. Keeps it moving for Schober. His name we haven't said much either. The junior out of Sweden. He's played in the 2nd division of Swedish soccer and has played for some of the biggest academies in Sweden as well. That's a lovely little pass to lay things off for Horde, and now Monero.
I thought Monero was going to take one there. Look like he was lining up that left foot. There's a foul there.
Good hold-up play from Yanka, and Villanova might have been asking for the advantage to be played.
Yeah, Vogel with his shove, and referee calls it.
Cats might have been off and running 2-on-2 if referee allows that one to continue, but the contact was certainly there as Yanka got himself in between the ball and the defender. But you saw right at the tail end of that Vasquez might have been scooting away down the right side. Carson Vasquez from the same club as Brody Crampton at Florida Craze setup down in Central Florida. He went to Horizon High School about a half hour away from Brody Crampton's Lake Highland prep. You know that the battle to develop high school recruiting not only comes from your relationship as a coach, but also your players' relationship with the clubs and the schools that they come from as well.
Yeah, they're your best salesmen. Come here, you're having a good experience. Come join us.
Villanova trying to build something here once again after that NCAA tournament run in 2021. 6 wins the following year, just 1 each of the last 2. Mark Fetro building this program back up where he knows that they can certainly be. And it starts with playing well here at Higgins Soccer Complex. 2023 and 2024 combined, the record at home 1-5-11. Just not quite going to get the job done for this Villanova program, who will really look to be better here at home, and they already have the 1 win in the opener against Ryder. Last home winning record came all the way back in 2022. Picked back up in the center of the park by Bogdanov.
Yeah, he displaced the ball there. Good job by Larson in trying to win a ball to T-Dites.
So 15 minutes gone by. You'd think James Hamilton, especially on the road, would be the happier of the 2 coaches right now, but the Cats have grown into it a bit.
Yeah, and I think, I think Iona's dominated possession, but really the opportunities have not been there for the Gales. That one across the 6-yard box, but no one at the end of the far post to tap it home is really their best chance.
Here's Andres Becerra wearing number 2 for the Gales. Freshman out of Port Chester, New York. Only about 12 or 13 miles away from campus. Rossi. As Monero making the long run, and Cutler de Jesus will get there first.
I was curious to see if the flag would come up on that. The flag stayed down, but the Cutler de Jesus right there.
It's been a busy year or 2 for Sebastian Cutler de Jesus with his national team of Puerto Rico. Played in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying with his national team. Puerto Rico just missing out on the 3rd round of qualifying by 1 point to a very good El Salvador side. Puerto Rico really had a very good go at it in terms of their World Cup qualifying with the new change to the format. The expanded World Cup, and of course the 3 CONCACAF teams who are the hosts for next year's tournament already automatically qualifying. But Sebastian Cutler de Jesus getting to play in some really high-level, high-impact matches over the last year or so.
No doubt about that. You took the words right. I was going to say high level.
Played all 90 minutes in net against both Suriname and St. Vincent in World Cup qualification over the course of the summer back in June. It's played in CONCACAF Nations League B and C. And not much will phase him at the college level. It's a good switch of play to find the open space and shoot. And now Roman. Villanova doing a better job of keeping everything in front of them in the last 5 to 10 minutes after a pretty frenetic opening. Again, this is just the first of 2 games we have for you here on the Villanova Sports Network today. Villanova women will take on George Mason at 4 o'clock Eastern as Monero will make this run and getting back to make sure nothing comes of it as Avalos.
Yeah, it's a really nice play to get that ball out of trouble.
Sarah will let it get out of play, and it will be a Villanova throw. That'll be a fun matchup. The Wildcat women taking on a George Mason team that is certainly hungry to pick up their first victory of the season. Big East versus A10 coming up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, right back here where you're watching this one.
What's the old baseball saying? Great day to play 2.
Mm-hmm. Weather has been cooperative so far.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a nicer day. A little bit of sun, but not that, overbearing heat at all. Plenty of cloud cover, a little bit of a breeze. Ideal day for some of these kids to get out there and play a little bit.
I hope you join us for that one as well. Just block off your entire afternoon.
No need to change the dial, right?
Boss can have that meeting with you tomorrow. That'll be no problem at all. About a 2-hour respite in between this and that matchup. Free kick here for Iona, just entering the attacking third.
They'll send everybody up. See Shoot up there, one of the center backs with some good size.
Schoberg and Becerra are both standing over it. You see Schoberg, one of the goal scorers.
Let's Shoot at 6'5". He looks the part.
Tallest player on the field, number 5. You'll have to keep an eye on him once it's whipped into the box. It'll be Schoberg with the service, going towards the near post, and Cutler de Jesus was able to collect, and now is looking to outlet things quickly. He has Martelli along the left side, and making the diagonal run is T-Dites ahead of him. Overlap was on if they could find it, but it was cut out well by Roman. Jaime Roman Jr. with an important touch to deny Martelli, who instead flicks it up ahead for Crampton, who was making that run. Finn Larson, rather.
Yeah, Larson's going to end up with a little shove in the back. I don't know if there's enough to make the call, but the official saw it a little differently.
Larson, a sophomore who was the top goal scorer at the Indy 11 Academy. Sophomore out of Frankfurt, Germany. He was also a track and field standout in his high school days, so you know that he'll have plenty of pace moving forward. 20 minutes gone by, still looking for the game's first goal, still looking for the game's first shot on target. Touch was just behind the intended recipient for the Gales, and it will pick it up in the center of the park as Carson Vasquez.
Yeah, he takes a shot in the back.
It's been a physical game.
Vogel giving a nice little forearm to the back.
You have a grand total of 1 shot and 8 fouls. That'll tell you the tenor of this game in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it kind of tells you this game's been played in the middle third all day. Not much for either team in the finishing third.
Yannick Vogel just letting Vasquez know he's there.
He goes short.
Change the angle over towards the left for Avalos. Clipped ahead for Larson to run after. He won't get there. Martelli will, though, and gets a right back for Larson.
They find T-Dites.
Now T-Dites going to let one fly, and it just missed the post to the right of Alves Schmelz. It's not a bad effort from T-Dites.
I agree. Kind of caught it off the quick bounce here, off the half volley, and tried to go after it. And curving away from the keeper, but just wide.
Shooting back across your body, always dangerous for opposition keepers to pick up. Yanka trying to head it ahead for Larson, who couldn't quite get there. Villanova building up a little bit better again, though. forcing Iona all the way back to Alves Schmelz. Near the midway point of this first 45 minutes of play, Villanova continuing to get more and more comfortable. Avalos will knock it ahead. Larson was trying to turn onto it. Shoot had other ideas, and it will be an Iona throw. Jaime Roman Jr., good 1-2 to open up some space for Schmidt-Hollenstead, and even more space on the switch of play to Becerra on the left.
Villanova did a good job keeping their shape, forcing Iona to kind of go horizontal. Not too many through balls at all. Everything's got to be quick touches because of the pressure of Villanova.
It's been a pretty organized 4-2-3-1 at the moment, with Larson the furthest forward to chase. Referee says that defending was clean from Avalos, who's turned around by Roman Jr. And now along the right side, an opportunity for Horde, and it just couldn't quite get it past the intended target. It'll fall only as far as Roman, who's going to whip one right back in towards the penalty spot. Headed clear to the edge of the 18. And now Yanka will send it into a bit of open space for Martelli. One of the better moves forward, though, from Iona that we've seen in the past 5 or 10 minute passage. James Hamilton's team continuing to build further and further up. Team that's been towards the top of the conference for a handful of seasons, champions of the conference last year and back in 2019. Been to the final each of the last 3 years. A throw for the Wildcats. Not only, though, have the Gales lost those top 2 goal scorers from last year, also lost the Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Tim Timchenko, out of eligibility now, an assistant coach at Division III Marymount down in Virginia, just outside of D.C. And one of the best names anywhere in the conference. Opportunity for the long throw to be dialed up here from Crampton. It's another one of the weapons that Villanova has.
If you can get this all the way into the box. Just see him, he's telling guys, get in that 6-yard box, I'll get it to you.
Plenty of room to run up to this long throw that does get in towards the penalty spot. It's headed directly up in the air, and Alves Schmelz will collect it. But boy, is that such a weapon for Villanova.
I was just going to say that, Ben. Just an opportunity. You got to, throwing from 25 yards out, you can get it right to the 6-yard box.
And that will make defenders think a little bit harder about whether or not they're going to just clear it out of play, knowing that that is just nearly as good as a corner. Martelli will take on Roman, and Roman did really well to dispossess him.
Really good defense there. Outstanding tackle.
Martelli stuck right with it, though. Bogdanov will find the open space along the right.
And there is some open space. Haggerty with a little nice run.
Iona continues to turn back the Villanova pressure, though. Clipped forward in the direction of Larson. Lovely touch by Larson to settle it down, but defender got in between Larson and the ball, and Larson committed the foul trying to get back. So 25 minutes in, 1 shot on target in total, but this is the 9th foul.
Yeah, it's good job defensively there by Rivera, using the body to protect himself as Larson watches it go over the byline.
Still no
shove in the back.
Still no changes from either team, Steve. Interesting to see who makes the first move, whether it's Hamilton or Fetro.
And I wouldn't expect any hydration breaks with the weather we're having today that we've seen earlier on in some of the games.
No, it is plenty cool.
Yeah. So there won't be that stoppage.
Oh, Roman nearly lost his footing. There was nobody there, thankfully for the Gales, in a white shirt to put the pressure on him. Good composure to find Monero. Back for Rossi, sophomore out of Miami. Again, Iona just content to keep the ball, keep possession, make Villanova do the running. Schmidt-Hollenstead wearing number 6 and very much playing that number 6 role as the holding midfielder. Yanka was putting the pressure on, so it'll go all the way back for Alves Schmelz. taking the space that he's given as Rossi, and then he ran right into a white shirt. Just out of the reach of the intended target. T-Dites was looking for Larson.
Yeah, Larson looks a little tired, actually. He might be. You see him kind of just huffing and puffing. You could see a substitute there, I think. Mark Fletcher's asked his forwards to do a lot in terms of the press. They're going to have to move. They did a really good job of that in the Rider game.
Has been a little bit more packing the midfield than attacking the back line right now for Villanova against this Iona team that has a winning pedigree.
It looks like Mark Fetcho is looking to get ready his first substitution.
Might see Fode Bangura be introduced sooner rather than later. Monero able to get out of some pretty tight quarters and work it along towards the left for Rivera. A chess match starting to develop now on the sidelines between Fetro and Hamilton. Who's going to make the first adjustment? Who's going to make the counter? Nearly for the second time today, an Iona player losing their footing. Doesn't come back to haunt them, though. One of the home field advantages that always come with knowing that you're playing on your own turf.
Yeah,
you know all the little intricacies of it.
It's a new turf here at Higgins, put in over the summer.
Looks absolutely fantastic to help set the scene here at Higgins Soccer Complex. Javen Daniels getting ready to come on in. You can see him stretching it out. Javon Daniels, the junior out of Burlington, New Jersey. Made only 4 starts all of last season, but critical piece off the bench. Avalos will send it all the way back for Cutler de Jesus, which is the wise decision.
He's got Martelli out wide. He'll play it into the middle. Bogdanov.
That can be a dangerous pass when there's an Iona player first half, of which there are 15 minutes left for either team to put themselves out in front.
No chance for Daniels here. Free kick here from about 35 yards. I'll play it back.
Yeah, this is one in which you might want to improve the angle before you send it into the box.
Fisher's going to move the ball back about 5 yards. So that'll give the Gales an opportunity to rethink this if they want to try to cross something into the box.
Over it is Schoberg. So too is Becerra. Right-footed option and a left as they jostle for position and around the danger area. It will be Schoberg who will send this one in right on towards the penalty dot. Initial header won by Villanova. And then sprayed out wide to the Wildcats defending right.
I think that was Avalos who got onto that one first.
Becerra winning it right back though for the Gales. Getting it out of some tight quarters.
Some really good work by Vasquez there.
And now push the Gales back from being in and around their attack and penalty spot to their defensive half relatively quickly. But the Gales again continuing to possess. They've had the majority of the possession in this first half, you have to say. Roman able to find the outlet on the triangle to shoot. And again, the Gales just content to possess and wait to go again.
Rossi kind of orchestrating it from the back.
Really good sense of patience for this Gales side. And then Schmidt-Hollenstead got called for a shove in the back.
Yeah, T-Dites first to the ball there, took that one in the back.
So work to do on the bench for James Hamilton and his crew. Adam Whitehead, his main assistant coaches, in discussions with him about how to make the necessary adjustments. Whitehead in year number 3 on the staff of James Hamilton, and just will continue to help not only to have the head coach now spending a decade in New Rochelle, but also to have your assistant coaches spending more and more time together.
Yeah, that continuity. No replacement for it when you can. Here's an opportunity.
Daniels couldn't quite get there.
Yeah.
It certainly is helpful to have everybody on the same page over on the touchline.
Yeah, did a good job by Ross. He came over to displace Daniels in the ball. Thought he might have a turn and an opportunity.
Into the 33rd minute here of this one. Second all-time meeting against Iona. Last was a 2-1 Villanova win in New Rochelle all the way back in 1998. You gotta look at the contact gap of 27 years between the most recent and the second most recent games. A little trivia for you, Steve.
Yeah.
The second longest gap from a Villanova opponent between the most recent and the second most recent games.
You think just 2.5 hours apart? It wouldn't be less than that, I would say. Yeah, about 2.5.
Can you tell me?
So.
Can you tell me who the only opponent is with the longer gap between the most recent and the second most recent times that Villanova saw them? They're not on the schedule this year, I'll say.
I probably need a little help with that one.
Okay, well, we can check back getting closer to halftime. Lee, no helping him out in the truck. Josh, no helping him.
Is that Chat GPT these young people talk about? Would that be on there?
Probably. I just did it with good old-fashioned broadcaster research, but, you know.
You did your homework. You tell me I didn't, I guess.
Oh, this might work out for Monero. Good, coming across from Crampton to collect.
I'm much better at baseball trivia in the spring. We were doing that.
Baseball trivia you were really nailing, I will say. Have a think about it. Get back to us in the second half.
I might ask for, like, the state, maybe new region. It's a New England team.
Well, we are on YouTube today. I believe there is comment capability. So if you know the answer, let us know. And if you're right, maybe we'll give you a shout out. We'll see. The opponent with the longest gap between the most recent and the second most recent time that Villanova played them. No cheating. We will know, and we will call you out for it.
Can you cheat if you don't get caught?
Well, even if you don't get caught, you'll know, and you'll sleep worse at night because of it. Yanka trying to turn, and he got tugged down to the ground.
That's a good job, use of his body by Yanka there. As he got shoot to just got on his hip a little bit and twisted him to the ground.
Yanka with the hold-up play. And it's a really important weapon for Villanova.
See, just the left hand on his hip gets spun to the ground.
Nobody making that run along the right channel.
A little bit of miscommunication there.
We're into the final 10 minutes of this first 45.
I think Miles thought that there was going to be a run there, and not sure who he expected to make it. Maybe Vasquez.
Not much room for Monero to negotiate, but he does spray it out wide to Becerra, who's making the run along the left, and Becerra makes a good move to get around his first defender. Lovely touch. Becerra could be in here, and Cutler to Jesus parries it away.
Yeah, Haggerty had that, and his header just didn't go where he wanted it to, and it fell right on the feet of the oncoming winger from Iona.
That's a lovely move by the freshman Becerra to stay with it. And this first touch here was fantastic to bring it back down.
And a good job by Cutler Jesus to get it out of harm's way.
First corner of the day for Iona. They go short. Overlapping corresponding run from Schoberg towards the back post. I think Cutler de Jesus got another touch to it. It's going to stay in play for the Gales. Vogel sends it right back into the mixer. It's flicked along towards the penalty spot. Shot comes in, and de Jesus with another great save.
Yeah, that might have been wide, but you got taking that chance. So good job by Cutler de Jesus to cover that far post.
Sebastian Cutler de Jesus called into action a couple of times. This one worked its way towards the center of the box. And you're right, safety first from Cutler de Jesus. Can't take any chances there on the shot. And another short corner is clipped towards the back post. Again, Cutler de Jesus has to deal with it.
Yeah, I think it was headed away by one of his defenders up front. That might have been, I think it was Vasquez who got his head on it.
So now 3 corners in a row for Iona, for a team that was top 50 in the nation in corners per game last season. Only team in the MAC with over 100 a season ago. Schoberg has whipped in a couple of dandies. It'll go right along the 6-yard box this time, and it's still loose, and asking for that ball to go over the line, and they say it will. Rossi got a head to it, and Iona said it went over the line, and the officials agree. We're going to have to take another look at this.
Definitely going to have to look at this on VAR because we just don't have the angle from here. Cutler de Jesus not putting up a huge fight, so let's see if we have anything that'll definitively determine.
Well, immediately the guys right on the spot wearing Iona color said that one went in. It's hard to tell, but Shoot was right there on the spot looking at it.
Yeah, it looked like de Jesus had his hands, and then it fell through his hands towards the goal line.
So we're going to try to slow it down for you.
Let's see if you can see where. Okay,
that was the initial header from Rossi. And then Cutler de Jesus goes back to battle for it with Shoot. It's tough to tell there with Zach Miles in the way.
That's the best shot. You can see the ball, but I can't tell, obviously, if it's crossed the line or not.
But remember, the call on the field is a goal scored by Emilio Rossi. And so they're going to have to see if they can overturn that, with the call on the field being a good goal. And you said the body language of Cutler de Jesus wasn't protesting as much as it was disappointment. And it is a good goal. And Iona has the lead here late on in the first half.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick review. We had a couple of reviews in the first game of the year, which took much longer than that. So they obviously saw something they felt was definitive.
They'll give the goal to Shoot in the end, who is that player number 5 for Iona, who was making things difficult for Cutler de Jesus. He got just a touch to it, they'll say.
Yeah, we'll talk about his 6'5" frame, biggest player out on the field. And it looked like Cutler de Jesus just unable to control the ball as it slipped through his hands.
First collegiate goal contribution for the junior, whether it be at Division I or Division II. And it gives the Gales the lead here late in the first 45.
And the Wildcats were just playing with fire there, giving up 3 corners in a row.
For a team that was as experienced taking those corners as Iona was a season ago. Can't give the Gales too many chances from the flag. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. A 1-0 lead courtesy of a Florian Schutt goal in the 38th minute officially, and now they could be away again. Roman Jr. going to catch up to this before it gets to the corner flag. Back for Monero. Monero onto his left foot, will whip it right in to the gut of Cutler de Jesus, who's able to make the stop.
He was able to see that from the moment it left its foot, so he was right in the right position. 2 hands into his chest.
But that old soccer adage of goals changing games, and we'll see how much Villanova has to go and be the aggressor now. A man behind, or a goal behind, rather. But this Iona press continuing to push Villanova further and further back. Cats having a difficult time just entering their attacking third. They'll be helped out by a handball, though.
And Mark French will have plenty to talk about at halftime.
See if any changes are made at the halftime break. Just the 1 substitution for Villanova. Now the first of the day for Iona, as Jaime Roman Jr. is going to be withdrawn. Ricardo DiVincenzo will come on in his place. DiVincenzo, a graduate student, transferring in as Horde is substituted as well. Rather, that's Matias Mancino who comes on in, and Andre Mora Bravo in for Monero. So a couple changes for Hamilton's side late on in the first half. Good cut to the end line for Villanova, and never got all the way back through for T-Dites.
Yeah, he had that lined up, but never got to him.
T-Dites will drop back, asking for it along the left side with Martelli. Never got to him, though. Instead, back for Crampton. Now he'll send it long for Martelli. Well-weighted pass. On the overlap now is T-Dites. T-Dites near post header just goes wide.
Yeah, Daniels got on the end of that. Made a really nice run, but just couldn't steer it towards goal. Probably the best chance for the Wildcats all day. You'll see it here.
It is, I would agree with you, the best opportunity for Villanova so far in the first 45. It's a lovely ball, and Daniels just couldn't quite redirect it on frame. But a good sign for Villanova to be able to get themselves a bit closer, but now some defending to do as Andre Mora Bravo racing after it, the freshman from Costa Rica battling with the freshman from Florida. And it's the Villanova youngster who commits the foul.
This will force another one into the box.
Monero going to have a good opportunity. You see the two battling for position, and I'll say that Crampton committed too much of the foul. There's Schoberg with the right or Monero with the left. This one you'd think would be better suited for the left foot of the Spaniard Monero. And he will be the one to whip it in. Back post, heads go up, back towards near post, and it will go out for a goal kick. Trying to head it back across the face of goal. It will be just a goal kick, and Villanova can build out of the back again with just over 3 minutes left until halftime. Mora Bravo fighting for positioning and fighting too hard, and it's a Villanova player down. We'll see the first card of the day.
Yes, we will.
And it's yellow to Mora Bravo.
Seems just drive the shoulder into him.
Physical contact, and Mora Bravo not necessarily going for the ball. And so that would be why that card was issued. So Mora Bravo just on into the game, about 2 or 3 minutes after being substituted on, right into the book.
Yep.
Good to see that Bogdanov is back up, ready to go.
Looks like he may have a cut.
Yeah, they had to take a look to stitch him up just a bit. Got that gauze on in his mouth. This is in the direction of Yanka, didn't get to him. And it's booted long for Mora Bravo to run onto. Crampton coming across to cover. Anywhere will do for him there.
Relax it forward.
Mancheno unable to play the 1-2. Mancheno's going to get on the end of this one again, though. Mora Bravo back for Schmidt-Hollenstead. This is well worked by the Gales into some open space along the left. Roman Jr. just switched on to the left side. Now Yannick Vogel, and he'll send it all the way back. The Gales don't have to be the ones to push the pace late in the first half. A goal ahead, and I think they would be pretty content just to get to halftime.
With only 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Oh, look at this. Nearly lost it. He did lose it. And an own goal for Iona will equalize late on here in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and the Wildcats will take that. We talked about now going into halftime. The whole momentum switch now is where Iona's had the better of the half, and then now they just let one through their hands, literally, and the Wildcats tie this at 1 apiece.
The usually so sure-handed Alves Schmelz, second team all-conference last year.
Played back to him, and obviously he couldn't use his hands. It was played back to him, and it went right through his wickets into the net, and the Wildcats get an own goal and tie this thing up at 1.
And we were talking about the new turf. He was, I think, expecting a little bit more bounce than it was, and it just went right underneath his foot, and that is a lonely feeling for Fernando Alves Schmelz.
Not the most picturesque equalizer, but the Wildcats don't care. They'll take it.
Well, neither of the goals scored today will go down in that kind of end-of-season wrap-up as the prettiest of the goals.
They won't make either team's highlight film. Is that what you're saying?
No, but they will count all the same. And now Villanova, with the wind at their sails, can go again here late in the first half. It's just out of the reach of Haggerty. So all is forgiven if you're
Elvis
one
Schmelz
defender.
It's got to feel terrible.
Cutler de Jesus will have wanted to do more with the goal that he let up. And now we are back on level terms again. You know that both of these keepers are going to have something to say about this one in the second half, though. You have to have a very short memory, each of these goalkeepers. Into the final minute nearly now of the first 45, which has been plenty eventful. And now Iona looking to get the lead back here late. Monero making the run further up ahead. That's where the ball is sent. Monero got just a touch to it. But it's easy enough for Cutler de Jesus. They'll bring it back, though, for a free kick. That was an advantage that was
I missed
being
that.
played.
Good call, Ben. Avalos did a good job to get on the end of that, but this is going to be a dangerous area for this free kick with just 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
Referee might have to have a bit of clock management here as the clock continues to run. We're now down to 30 seconds for Villanova.
Yeah, they're not going to back up to 10 yards. They're going to have to move them back. Let's see. Would not be surprised if one of the Wildcats picks up a card here because they're in no hurry to move back.
We are still ticking here, 20 seconds left. It's Schoberg who's standing over it, who doesn't have any time to waste. Schoberg will go for goal, and he misses it wide near post.
And that should probably do it. As Cutler de Jesus is going to take his time to find the ball.
Nobody really in any sort of rush to put any pressure on him, and that will be how the first 45 minutes comes to a close. A goal for Iona to open up the scoring in the 38th minute that had to go to VAR, and then a 43rd minute own goal that has given Villanova an equalizer. Not the prettiest first 45, but on level terms heading to the break.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue maybe they both were own goals because I think we've mentioned both goalkeepers say that's one I got to keep out of the net. Neither one were able to, but the Wildcats got to feel good about themselves being down that way and just getting a gift late here in the first half.
And we come back, we'll take a look back at the first half and ahead towards the second halftime in game one of our twin bill. It's Villanova 1 and Iona 1 here on the Villanova Sports Network.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
Right here is where you make things. But the most important things you make here are memories. At Freedom, we understand what every part of your home means to you. That's why we take such a personal approach to helping veterans. So while there are lots of workshops, this one's different. Because it's a workshop in the garage of a home that's all yours. The home that Freedom helped you get.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
K.O.P.
Yes!
Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain.
Do we have time for Santa? If we have time for wildlife at the zoo.
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants. Yum!
Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
From a simple fall to game-changing moments. When life gets heavy and you are pushed to your limits, Rothman Orthopedics is here so you can enjoy what matters most. With expert doctors, cutting-edge technology, and personalized care for every patient, we help you find your rhythm again. Your mobility, our mission. Rothman Orthopedics.
We welcome you back here to Higgins Soccer Complex as we hit halftime between Iona and Villanova, one apiece in front of a very good crowd here of both Gales and Wildcat supporters have been treated to an entertaining first 45 minutes. 3 shots on goal for Iona, technically none for Villanova. The goal came from an own goal and 10 fouls already for Villanova.
Sometimes that's hard to do, not have a shot on goal, but have a goal. So there's a little oxymoron for you. But in the game of soccer, it happens. And the Gales just, that's about as tough as a goal you're going to give up as you can give up.
10 fouls already for Villanova, as many as they committed in the entirety of the match against Ryder. It has been a really, really physical battle for positioning.
I was going to say that I think that's what Villanova's shown this year, that they're more physical, they're bigger, they're stronger, and Iona's matched that intensity, and it's led to a very physical game.
But you still see a handful of saves made, despite the fact that neither goal were terribly flattering for Alves Schmelz or Cutler de Jesus. Both have come off of their lines well when they've had to. Both have collected some really good crosses, and both are going to be still critical here in the second 45.
Yeah, and I think if you're Mark Fetcher, you really want to just talk with your midfielders. We got to get control of possession here. We got to create some more opportunities, but we've got to be more precise in our pressing, force some turnovers, and try to get some counters as well.
Halftime just getting going here at Higgins Soccer Complex on a lovely day along the main line.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
Right here is where you make things. But the most important things you make here are memories. At Freedom, we understand what every part of your home means to you. That's why we take such a personal approach to helping veterans. So while there are lots of workshops, this one's different because it's a workshop in the garage of a home that's all yours. The home that Freedom helped you get.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
K.O.P.
Yes!
Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain. Do we have time for Santa?
If we have time for wildlife at the zoo.
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants.
Yum! Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
From a simple fall to game-changing moments. When life gets heavy and you are pushed to your limits, Rothman Orthopedics is here so you can enjoy what matters most. With expert doctors, cutting-edge technology, and personalized care for every patient, we help you find your rhythm again. Your mobility, our mission. Rothman Orthopedics.
Halftime here at Higgins Soccer Complex alongside Steve Pinot and Ben Curtis here with you. 1-1 between Iona and Villanova. Let's take a look back at some of the big moments of the first 45 minutes of play. That was Iona who got out to the better start early on. Gales had a lot of possession and forced Villanova onto their back foot early on.
See that one going right across the 6-yard box. No one on the far post to put that one away, but an early opportunity for the Gales.
Schoberg has had some good-looking deliveries from set-piece opportunities.
And they've been first to the ball a little bit quicker than the Wildcats. I'm sure it's something that this one here from Teedites is he kind of teed it up literally and figuratively and just came up wide.
And long throw from Crampton has been a real weapon for Villanova to be able to utilize, but just unable to make the most of it on that opportunity. Then came the real onslaught for the Iona Gales, and in the end, De Jesus with a couple of quick saves to be able to initially hold off the pressure, and then here comes the goal.
Yeah, and they say, I just think he just didn't corral it on that first catch, and I'm not even sure Gale got on the end of that. I think he feels bad. You see the disappointment there as he bangs both hands on his knees, but that got across the line. They looked at it, and confirmed the goal.
And Iona kept pushing, looking for a second. Villanova, though, was able to hold off a spell of possession. And then here came the Wildcats the final 10 or 15 minutes. A couple of good opportunities, and it worked out in the end as all that pressure resulted in the own goal.
And here's the own goal here. It's a little bit of a hop, but just through the wickets, unable to track it down and into the net.
So that is what equalized this match at 1 apiece through the first 45 minutes. Iona with 62% possession in this match. Villanova going to look for a bit more of the ball and a little bit more of the goal scoring opportunities when we come back here from the main line.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held. At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
Right here is where you make things. But the most important things you make here are memories. At Freedom, we understand what every part of your home means to you. That's why we take such a personal approach to helping veterans. So while there are lots of workshops, this one's different because it's a workshop in the garage of a home that's all yours. The home that Freedom helped you get.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
K.O.P.
Yes!
Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain. Do we have time for Santa?
If we have time for wildlife at the zoo.
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants.
Yum! Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
From a simple fall to game-changing moments. When life gets heavy and you are pushed to your limits, Rothman Orthopedics is here so you can enjoy what matters most. With expert doctors, cutting-edge technology, and personalized care for every patient, we help you find your rhythm again. Your mobility, our mission. Rothman Orthopedics.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Doesn't that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin, like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. At NJM, we're known for putting our policyholders first.
Want to put the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Getting ready to go here for the second 45 minutes of play between the Iona Gales and the Villanova Wildcats. This is, at the moment, the only game in town across the Big East. Some other action getting going a little bit later on this afternoon and into tonight. That Drake-Marquette matchup looks to be a pretty good one. UConn has a lot of optimism heading into this season as well on the east side of things.
And a nice win over Syracuse earlier in this week for the Huskies.
Butler taking on Detroit Mercy in Indianapolis. A lot of home matchups for the Big East early on in the non-conference.
Wildcats in New Hampshire head down to Queens to take on the Red Storm.
It's always a good New Hampshire program as well. Dangerous in the America East that is just being dominated by their rivals, Vermont.
We're going to go back to our trivia question at some point, right, Ben?
Yeah, now's a good time as any.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with one of the Philadelphia schools because they're going to be, but I'm going to be. It's going to be somewhat local.
Again, the reminder was the opponent with the biggest gap between the most recent and the second most recent games that Villanova's played them in.
I'm trying to think of someone we haven't played. So I'm going to go with like a Bucknell, Lehigh, Lafayette, a local team.
You are on the right track, generally speaking,
right.
I will say. You want a hint?
Sure.
They are in that same conference.
So it's a Patriot League team, but it's not one of those three I mentioned. Or you're not going to tell me that. That would be
no, it's not one of those three,
okay.
Yes.
I asked for this.
Well, we'll give you a second to think about it as we.
Because if I ask for the state, that just gives it away. That's not fair.
Yes, that would give it away. Villanova will start off the second half with the kickoff, moving from left to right in the home white jerseys.
Well, I know it's not Georgetown because they're in our league and they play in the Patriot League in football, which Villanova will be playing in next year.
That's
the other football.
Exciting times coming for Villanova football, which is getting started pretty soon. Pushing the back will result in an early free kick.
They'll have their home opener against Colgate a week from Saturday, 6 p.m.
Who'll be here with you for that?
You're going to be around?
No, not me.
I think it's Sam Cooperman.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky everybody. Yeah. Sam's awesome. That'll be a fun one.
It is Sam because we set up a Zoom call this week and I saw his name on the email.
I think I'll be back for the next home game, William and Mary.
That'll be a good one. That's family weekend too. That will be a good one.
Early free kick here for Villanova. Martelli will go short along the left side and we'll look for the overlap. Instead, Cats will get towards the end line and then just overcooked the cross in towards the middle.
Not much done with that one. It looks like is that Mazzola who subbed in?
Yeah, I think so.
Marcelo Mazzola, that was his cross that went errant.
Mazzola, freshman from just down the road, Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. And now an opportunity along towards the right side. Matthew Clan will have the shot. It will fall nearly for Haggerty.
Yes, so.
There's an Iona player who is down in the center of the park. Getting back up to his feet is Bruno Rivera. It's going to stay in play thanks to the physicality by Zach Miles. Miles will lay it off. Clan to his left foot, cuts it towards the back post, and it fizzles wide.
Just unable to get a little hook on that to get that far post, but Mark Fetcher makes some changes at the half. I don't think he was overly happy with his team. Just watching his body language from across the field in the first half, and he's made a couple changes. We mentioned Mazzola on and Clan as well. So at least two changes.
So I'll give you until the next shot on goal, Steve.
Okay.
To come up with an answer.
Do I get like three choices?
No. You have as many choices are left in the Patriot League, other than the three you named, as that one's clipped up ahead. And it's cleared away by Rivera.
Do they play in the Patriot League in all sports? That would eliminate Georgetown and Fordham.
Well, it's not Georgetown or Fordham. I'm thinking to make sure they. I guess they're not in the Patriot League in all sports. If I say the other part of that sentence, that would be a dead giveaway. We're really just narrowing things down all the way as much as we can.
I'm trying to get it down to one, then I'll guess.
Sure, naturally. Miles, that's clever. And it'll fall for Clan, who hit it first time. That's a difficult full volley. He sends it up and over the fence.
Now, I might show my ignorance here. Do they place? Yeah, they do. I'm not going to say that. I'll sound really ignorant, like I said, and I'll keep that one to myself.
No, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I make enough mistakes. I don't want to put that one out on the air. Wildcats had a really good start here in the first 3 minutes.
They've been a little bit more active.
I think Coach Fetcho got in their ear a little bit at halftime and really stepped it up.
A bit of a higher press, couple of new faces onto the field. Caused some danger, nearly more.
Yeah, it's
a dangerous pass to play square across your own back line. And then unable to split the defenders was Haggerty, and Iona can come the other way. Long towards the right side, looking for options and finding it is Manchino. Switches on for Roman, who is shouting for it. Didn't get all the way to him, though.
Yeah, a lot of space on this left side.
Now Roman will make the run. It's played away by Miles. Clearance didn't quite go according to plan for Clan.
But able to get it over the touchline. Chance to regroup.
Jaime Roman. Get it one back and playing it further along to the left for Chris Morandi. Morandi will whip it right onto the penalty area. There were two at Gales both going for it, and I think that in the end, Horde got in the way of Monero more than anything else.
All right, that shot was wide, so I still have more time.
Racing after it is Finn Larson. He got dispossessed, and now Roman will be able to scoop it up. Miles taking it right back, though, and Miles gets taken to ground.
That might be card worthy. Let's see.
Doesn't look like there's one.
A little bit dangerous and late.
The Villanova women's soccer team is sitting right in front of where that contact was, and they were all shouting for a card. And on replay, they might have had a case to be made. Again, reminder of Villanova women's soccer coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern time against George Mason. Right back here on the Villanova Sports Network. Another good marauding run by Miles. Got dispossessed at the last moment. They'll bring back the foul from earlier on.
And these substitutions brought a little bit of energy with them.
And no doubt about it.
All Clan. Miles has stepped it up.
Villanova side with a little bit of an injection of pace and of intensity here to start the second 45.
Well, these guys are young, getting their first opportunity of the year. They want to put a good showing in, prove to coach I deserve more minutes.
Workout for Roman. Back it goes Bruno Rivera. Through the back goes Miles, but legally he got the ball. And now it's Iona doing a little bit more of the chasing. Oh, the idea was right there for Larson to turn, and then it is one back by Clan, who's looked really solid since coming on into the match.
Good job of swinging this, creating some space down on the left side.
Teedites found the option along to the left for Haggerty, who nearly won the corner. It's kept alive in between the lines, though. And it will go out for a Iona throw. 52 minutes gone by here in this match, 1-1. Goal in the 38th minute from Florian Schutt, and then just before halftime, an Iona own goal equalized things for Villanova. There's space along the left side if they can find Roman, and they will. Ever since Roman's made the move from the right flank to the left, he has looked even more dangerous.
Good job there by Avalos.
And then Monero clattered into Martelli, and the referee says there's nothing in that, so we play on. Catching up to it in the end is Manchino. Trying to cut towards the end line, 2 white jerseys there to make sure nothing more came of that.
Martelli with a nice play.
Knocked forward again from the Wildcats. Second ball falls to Clan, not for the first time since he's come out in the second half, but then he gives it back away for Horde. Horde cuts back over towards his left. Square ball. Couldn't find Morandi. Better spell from Iona in the last 2 or 3 minutes after the frantic start by Villanova.
Mancino had a chance. He had guys in the box to cross that one. He decided not to, and a reset.
Bruno Rivera. Schmidt-Hollenstedt. Shoot. Minero had shouts for man on. And now Bruno Rivera again creeping a little bit further forward. Jaime Roman Jr. scuffed his cross. And so Clan will be able to pick it back up. First 9 minutes gone by here in the second half of play, 1-1. In case you're just joining us here. Alongside Steve Pinot and Ben Curtis with you. Glad that you're a part of our Thursday afternoon.
Really nice run by Martelli.
And he lays it off further along towards the left, making the corresponding run as Clan. He picks it back up. There's space along the right for a switch if they can find it. They go towards the back post. Alves Scholl's got a touch to it, but that's all.
Yeah, he probably could have let that go, but it's easier said than done, especially after the mishap he had in the first half. But the Wildcats will get their first corner.
It's taken a while to get themselves to the corner flag, but
looks like this ball is going to clear the line all on its own. There you see the keeper good 3 yards outside the box. Through his hands, and now an opportunity for a corner.
Haggerty was arriving on the back post, and Alves Schmelz could kind of hear the footsteps. And so we'll put it out for just the corner, and now Iona can get organized defensively.
Bring their center backs up here. See Miles up in there, trying to run on the back of something.
Miles standing at 6'3". Martelli will deliver the in-swinger. Goes low to the near post. Clearance is sliced. Header goes right back to the far post. And now it is cleared away from the danger well by Horde.
Haggerty settles and he'll go back to the keeper.
Now Iona doing well to push Villanova further back. Now it's clipped long again in the direction of Martelli. Will be a throw, but that's all for Villanova. Long throw opportunity to be set up here for Brody Crampton, who showed in the first half he has that in his locker. There's a little bit less room to run up along that far side.
With the sideboards there by the benches.
But still enough for Crampton to get this one into the box.
You know, he was like probably a pitcher in Little League or a little right fielder, even that kind of throwing arm.
Crampton will send it right back in. He put the laces through it, but it went wide, a goal. And so it will be just a goal kick for the Gales. Again, opportunities for Villanova pushing further and further up. Crampton now with some defensive work to do, winning the header back very nicely. Bogdanov. Nearly lost out on it, but it'll fall anyway for Avalos. Throw for Iona. Gales would probably be the happier of the two teams if this result were to stay this way, just considering that they are on the road with all the new faces. But after drawing in their opening match and having the lead late in the first half, you know, they would love to break the seal on their first win of the season. It's Villanova who looks the more threatening of the two teams right now. There's room to operate along the left. Clan just couldn't quite find the angle for it.
But Clan's done a good job. He's been very involved since coming on at the half. Not a great ball from Crampton there.
But it'll work out anyways. Miles trying to play the 1-2. It was well read. That was Vogel to step in. Make sure nothing more came of it, and then Larson nearly cut off Alves Schmelz. Go out for another Gales throw. Opportunity now for Iona to run 2 versus 4 or 5, but still on the ball. Referee says that is a legal challenge.
Yeah, I thought it was. Just
at midfield getting absolutely packed in right now.
you talk about teams, they try to keep their shape. This is a very compacted game in terms of not much space between the backs and the forwards.
No, there's not much room for anyone to operate in right now. Rivera looking to find a little bit of that space. We'll find Vogel. And in turn, Schmidt-Hollenstedt. Even further along towards the right. Cross was blocked before it got all the way into the box. Goes right back along towards that right side for Mancino. A little bit better spell of possession in the attacking half for Iona. One of their best of the second half. Trying to unbalance the Villanova defense from left to right. And the two players forward, Mazzola and Larson, doing a lot of running. Now this one hooked into the box, and it will get out of play for a goal kick.
And it almost looked like that was a shot. Like he tried to get that to the back post. He thought he saw Cutler de Jesus maybe out of position, but it just went wide.
We hit the hour mark just about here at Higgins Soccer Complex. 1 goal aside. Villanova with that 5-0 win against Rider. Team that Iona beat in the conference tournament title game last year. A little bit more of a defense-oriented game here today. This one nearly falls, though, for Mazzola.
It's a good first touch by Klan there as he settled that ball and made a nice backheel pass.
Now Mazzola will pick it up in a little pocket of space. Haggerty's the option along the right, trying to take on his defender, and Roman played it cleanly. Oh, no, he didn't. It's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, good call by the assistant referee, I think, on the sideline, saw that.
Head referee didn't have the angle to it, but the assistant referee did, and from the angle you can see that Roman definitely got more attacker than ball.
Set up a free kick from a dangerous area. So you said that this team does not play all its sports in the Patriot League?
No, they don't.
So I was thinking Colgate, but I think they play all their sports in the
They
Patriot
do.
League. So it wouldn't be one. It wouldn't be them. So I've gotten rid of Bucknell, Lehigh, Lafayette, Colgate, and Georgetown.
Well, anyways, it'll be Martelli and Tedites who are standing over it.
Good thing
Martelli with the left foot would be the smarter option here.
Good thing we still have 30 minutes left. Plenty of
Two-man
time
wall.
for me to figure this out.
Two-man wall for Iona to cut off that near post option.
This might be Martelli with an in-swinger here.
He is going to be the one to go for it. It's a good-looking ball. It's still not clear of danger. It's headed right back in towards the mixer, and it will go out.
Yeah, Miles.
Collected by Alvis Schmelz.
Miles probably had the best opportunity. Kind of caught him up on the leg, like around in the thigh area, where he wasn't able to kind of direct it towards goal.
So again, bending but not breaking is the Iona defense. It's played up ahead for Horde. Horde holding off a couple of defenders. This should be a card.
I would think so.
And it will be. First yellow of the day issued to a Villanova player. It's Avalos.
Yeah, he willingly accepted that card. I think he knew what was happening once he grabbed right here, both hands over the shoulder, and he pulls.
Easy call for our head referee to make today, who is Franco Soma, the man in the middle for the refereeing crew. Alexander Lutman, Keith Fisher are the assistant referees, and the alternate fourth is Connor McCluskey, who's been called into action today as well with that video challenge. That resulted in the first goal of the day scored by Iona. Pushing further is Larson, trying to put the pressure on Alvis Schmelz. Now Roman. Good track back by Klan. Took the ball right off the toe of Jaime Roman Jr. Nice touch as well from Clan. Not for the first time in the second half either. Nearly
T-Dites
getting there
an
is T-Dites. He is going to get there. T-Dites feeling the footsteps behind him, and that ball was taken away legally, says the head referee.
He had Mazzola up ahead. He was going to try to flick it to him. Nice play by Haggerty as he takes one away.
Out wide it goes. Villanova trying to move from right to left. With not much room to operate in the center of the park, as Iona, as we've said, have started to compact things a little bit more in the midfield. Bruno Rivera trying to spread things out wide a little bit more, though. Roman asks for a long run out of Horde. Again, the Wildcats getting there first as this game has really settled down into the midfield a little bit more. They're a really back and forth start to the second half. It has calmed down and paced quite a bit. Again, another long run for Larson. Larson's going to get on the end of this, but he's got no white jerseys in support.
Villanova did more of that in the Rider game. More long balls through the middle, trying to get, Larson on the end of some of those. As well as Yanka, who's we have not seen here yet in the second half.
Now it's been Mazzola instead. For the first time this season. Up front.
And we saw Daniels a little bit in the first half as well. Wildcats have used 4 different forwards.
And a bad giveaway, nearly got back for Larson and then charged down. It will be a goal kick. Oh, Larson had just a touch to it.
Yeah, I think
if
he would have went to his left foot first, I think he had an opportunity to turn. He wanted to come back to his right, and there was a defender there. See, I think if he goes left, it just gets cleared away.
That Iona can clear it away. A free kick will be given to the Gales. Center of the park is Vogel. Rivera has some green turf to run onto. Instead, he'll find Roman. That ball did get to Roman, who clips it near post, and Cutler de Jesus cut off the angle. It's a little bit better from Iona, though, along that left side with Jaime Roman Jr. Just couldn't quite get the power on the shot that he would have wanted. Maybe caught in between a pass and a shot as well. Zach Miles. Haggerty. Only option is backwards. Iona forcing Villanova into a lot of lateral and backwards passes here in this middle stage of the second half. Having trouble really building up at the moment is Mark Petro's side. Up nearly by T-Dites, and they got clipped. The referee says that was legally. T-Dites thankfully back up to his feet. This game is slowed to a crawling pace at the moment. Doesn't look like either team wants to be the ones to commit too many numbers forward and have a chance to lose the game if the ball gets behind them as opposed to really going for it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they both play these last 25 minutes or so. Last 22 minutes or so, I should say.
Yeah, it's a interesting kind of battle mentality-wise between these two coaches, because it is at the stalemate right now, of course, and if you are the team that goes and really presses for it, it's going to leave a lot of room behind you.
You may see that in the substitution pattern of these coaches, who they go. They bring in defenders, they bring in strikers, they change their midfield.
Good step up from Haggerty.
He's had a good second half. He's been quick to the ball. He's delivered some solid passes.
A couple of groups of substitutes who are already onto the field trying to make a difference along with the starters like Haggerty. Clan has been one of the substitutes who's been active. Mazzolo, who's another, is chasing. A lovely move there by Rivera. Sent Clan on his way. And now on the move is Chris Morandi, and he's got Roman ahead of him. Morandi was able to stay onside. Keeps it moving again for Horde. Horde to the end line will win a corner.
This is how Iona got their goal today, off a corner.
You can just put it in that danger area right on the head of the keeper, around that 6-yard box. Good things happen.
You see how they scored in the first half. That in-swinging corner that De Jesus just unable to make control there. And official said it crossed the line.
Morandi with the deep corner, very deep, and a little bit too deep for anybody to get to initially, and then Vogel couldn't keep it alive.
Yeah, not a good ball there at all. Morandi would love to have that one back.
20 minutes to play. By the way, Jaime Roman Jr., who has played every minute so far in this game, just in that last minute, hit the 2,000-minute mark in his Iona career. Great milestone to hit for the junior, who looks to be a huge piece to the back line of the Gales this season. Anytime you're able to hit any of those kind of milestone, mile marker numbers, gives you a little bit of an extra boost to know that you're a huge part of this setup.
There's a through ball that Cutler De Jesus is on.
He's very good with his feet, and he will play it away with those.
All right, Ben, does this school play ice hockey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I'll say yes. With a mediocre amount of confidence. As a header goes back to Cutler De Jesus.
Makes me feel like it's not BU, who I was thinking is.
No, it's not BU.
Yeah,
Them I know I play ice hockey.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. You would have been a very
would have gotten very many angry messages from Boston sports fans. Steve's taking notes. He's writing.
Well, I'm crossing off some other teams off. I'm down at Fordham, Holy Cross, Loyola, Colgate. No, Colgate, I think, plays all their sports in the Patriot League, so I think they'd be eliminated. But they probably play ice hockey. They're in upstate New York.
Well, here's Bruno Rivera in the meantime.
As we Steve
Vogel.
digresses, not we.
And that's going to be a free kick and a dangerous
just outside
position.
the box here, right in center, right in front of the goal. I think this is the right call.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Didn't get the ball. Crampton's pleading his case, but I think he's going to lose that one, and probably rightfully so.
So this will be one that Storm Schmidt-Hollenstedt is standing over. There's a couple of players by the ball. Roman Jr. is there too.
Yeah, they got three different guys. You mentioned two of them. Roman Jr. and
Monero's there too.
Yeah, so let's see who comes on with this. 5-man wall for the Cats.
It is going to be Roman who skies it.
Well over the bar. Not really a threat once it left his foot.
So another chance goes begging for the Gales. 18 minutes left for either team to find a potential winner. Or we end all square here along the main line. Shouts for a handball. It's going to be given. Free kick for Villanova. The Gales looking a little bit more comfortable in this last passage of play.
realize I'm missing the service academies as well. It's possibly one of them. Mine's always working, Ben.
On anything but the replay that our truck has done a great job of showing all afternoon long. This is another free kick floated towards the back post, right along the 6-yard box. It's still loose, and it's finally swept clear of the danger.
Yeah, I think Carter DeJesus got his left hand on one for a save.
There was a melee of humanity out in front, and now it's laid off for another little 1-2, flicked along towards the 6-yard box, and Cutler DeJesus gets there.
I think he got his left hand on one that was heading towards the net. Let's see if we can see a whole look at this.
It all started on the great ball from Monero. And then there were just 7 or 8 players fighting for positioning.
Right there, I think you see his hand hit it back out.
Good eye there, Steve, to catch that. And now the other way, here comes Luke Haggerty for Villanova. Things opening up here a little bit late in this one. Haggerty gets taken down. Referee says get up.
Oh, I think he's got a. That looked like he might have a call there. I would look at that one. I would agree. That should be looked at.
Referee's going to hold play to allow substitutions. There you see a replay. Let's see if we can get that look one more time.
I'm sorry, I missed the replay myself. I don't think it should, but I think the ball's gone. I think he gets his foot. You see Haggerty with a good run here. You know, he's in the box, no doubt.
There is.
And he pulls that right foot out late, but I don't think it doesn't look like they're going to review it.
No, Haggerty, on second look, is asking for the contact.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but sometimes I think if you see the contact and you go down, you might get that. It looked like he might have been starting to go down before the contact.
Yeah, there is always the discussion about, you know, if you try to stay on your feet and you go down, you're going to have a lot more success drawing the call than if you make something out of it. That's now 15 fouls against Villanova today, after they had just 10 against Ryder in what was obviously a slightly less physical game with a 5-0 win. Good step up by the Wildcats to take it back away. Haggerty fought through the pressure, and Mazzola was able to initially keep it alive, but Becerra got all the way back. Becerra down the left side, weaving his way around a defender and into some open space for Schoberg. Schoberg taking the space, laying it off for Horde, and then taken right back away by T-Dites. Final quarter of an hour for either team to find a winner. Roman for Schmidt-Hollenstedt. And Bruno Rivera against the Gales, who on the ascendancy here late. Room down the left side, Becerra nearly was able to get on the end of it, then he drags down Haggerty, who Iona was shouting had committed a handball in the sequence before. Yellow card is going to be shown to Becerra as well. And unfortunately, Haggerty's getting stretched out back behind the play. And a couple substitutions are being readied for Villanova. That lower leg, it looks like Haggerty is getting a little bit of attention to, as Mazzola is going to come out of the game.
He gave him a good little spurt early on in the half.
Carson Vasquez is going to come on.
They're going to get Semyenka back in the game as well.
And Matthew Clan is the one who comes out of the contest for him. Clan, another player who gave a nice little boost early on in the second half.
Yeah, so nice. So Sam should be well rested here.
So Yanka and Vasquez on, Mazzola and Clan off is the roll of the dice for Mark Vetro.
All right, Ben, here, you ready?
Go for it.
Fordham.
No.
Oh.
It's a good guess. It is a very good guess.
They play club ice hockey. That was the whole thing.
The answer, we're just about out of time.
Okay, I submit and give up.
It is the Army Black Knights.
I brought up the Patriot League, the whole service academy thing at one point.
I'm pretty sure that Army plays varsity ice hockey,
Well,
but I can't say for sure. I do remember Army club played Navy club.
All right, well, if they don't play varsity hockey, I'm calling it all off, and I'm not wrong.
We're doing a bit of research here. Wall. No, they do. They have a Division I program.
Okay.
Yeah.
What league are they in? Curious if you're.
They are in the AHA, along with Bentley and Mercyhurst, Robert Morris, Holy Cross, RIT, that whole bunch. Air Force for some reason.
So I could have picked Holy Cross. I didn't think they played. I should have known that Massachusetts school was probably playing ice hockey.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Villanova played Army in 1995, and then not again until 2023. Which is also relatively surprising, given that it's not terribly far away.
Yeah.
And it just was one of the most beautiful campuses in the country, right on the Hudson River.
Yeah, I was up there for football a handful of years back. Beautiful place.
Here's the long throw. It's headed away beyond the edge of the 18-yard box. And that could be a card as well, as Martelli dragged down the defender.
I thought he got himself in front. They're going to give him a card.
Yeah. That's less for the contact and more for the fact that it stopped the promising counterattack.
Yeah, they certainly had an advantage there as we less than 13 minutes to go here. Each team just looking for that one opportunity to finish in the final third.
May only take one moment left to decide this as Schoberg plays it along for Roman, who switched back over towards the right. Roman in for Horde, looking for the turn. Instead, he'll find it back for Schoberg. Roman again, clipped towards the penalty area. Horde, great save by Cutler de Jesus. And then it is sent wide. Best save of the day from Sebastian Cutler de Jesus.
And sometimes in a game, you're going to ask your keeper to make one save to keep us in it, and that might have been the one right there. As Cutler de Jesus with both hands able to knock it out.
What an opportunity for Iona on a really well-worked move.
And that's quick reactions, too. That's a good header. Change of direction. He's able to contort his body to get both hands on it and knock it down.
Great run from Horde to get that flying header away, and Cutler de Jesus read it very well. The former UNC Charlotte 49er had 3 saves and a clean sheet in the opening match, and he surpassed that total here today. There's Portuguese influence on both of the keepers. Obviously, Alva Schmel is a native of Portugal, but Cutler de Jesus saw time with Estoril Praia in the U23 setup for that club in Portugal. So ties to the Iberian Peninsula for either side. Now here comes Becerra again. Square it across the 6-yard box and cleared away towards the touchline. We'll get out for a throw.
Yeah, Iona really staying on the front foot here late, trying to get a late one to go ahead.
Yeah, the Gales are ramping up the pressure into the final 11 minutes. And it's Villanova, the hosts, who are just looking to hold on and remain unbeaten here on this very young 2025 season. Villanova got spun to the ground. That was T-Dites. And the referee might have a conversation with Schoberg about the descent. Schoberg, not the biggest fan of the referee at the moment.
Didn't like that tongue lashing too well.
We play on here into the 80th minute of the match. Morandi trying to run onto it into the box. Morandi onto his left foot from a sharp angle. He narrowed the angle for himself.
He did, and Cutler de Jesus did a good job cutting off his line just enough to narrow that angle even more. Didn't really give much net to shoot at.
So again, Villanova holding firm defensively even as Iona continues the onslaught of possession. Now Yanka with his back to goal.
Which he likes to do. He can use his size and strength.
Was Larson able to stay onside now?
Flag is up.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea from Finn Larson to make that diagonal run, but was unable to keep himself onside, and then a yellow card shown for the afters. All of a sudden, that book is getting pretty busy.
It's like War and Peace by the time this guy's going to be done with it. That's an old book with a lot of pages in it.
Know what War and Peace is.
Really? They teach you that in Maryland?
No, actually, I just learned it on my own because I'm naturally curious.
That's kind of like the show prep you did to know that we had the longest rep was Army, the longest gap in years played.
It's now the 4th card of the day. 3 against Villanova. Avalos, Martelli, and Larson all in the book. Mora Bravo saw yellow for Iona back in the first half.
One of my quirks in life, not that I'm proud of it, I've never read a fiction book.
What?
Yeah, never read a book.
Never?
Never.
Middle school?
Grammar school, high school,
really?
college. A couple of short stories, but never like a full novel.
I'm genuinely, I don't know what to do with this information. All right, we'll talk to Josh Igo. We'll start a Villanova book club, a Villanova Sports Network book club.
As long as they're like nonfiction, I'm all in.
We'll get you.
Biographies, autobiographies.
Wow.
You know, historical books, very into, but not a whole lot of John Steinbeck type stuff.
You never had to reach, I mean, first of all, this is news for your middle school and high school English teachers, who I'm sure assigned fiction books.
Yeah, I was kind of get buying the Cliff Notes or finding a way around reading that whole book.
Well, here's Horde. We'll get back to that in a second as Morandi has the right side. We will get back to this, mind you.
Goal kick, yep.
And went last off of Morandi, and might have gone off of his hand as well, but be a goal kick in the end for Villanova. Rare will you render me speechless, but
I tried, so I'm glad
that is.
You're just surprised someone with my vast knowledge could come up with something.
I am. Yeah.
You think I'm just so well read? I consider myself well read. I just don't read fiction.
Huh. Here's Schmidt-Hollenstedt for Schoberg.
Some heavy legs here in the last eight minutes or so.
Yeah, either team might be heading back to their bench here late.
The Wildcats can try to create something here.
We'll go out for a throw. For Villanova. Oh, yeah, for Villanova. Just seems like the Wildcats are the one who are just trying to get themselves across the finish line.
See if they can get just a couple of opportunities.
Maybe a throw for Avalos, who is impressed in his first start of the season. Despite that booking in the 63rd minute. He's played every minute so far this one. Not a lot of support for Iona here along the right, but now here comes Schoberg to help. And they are able to find Schoberg. Schoberg tried to square it across the middle instead for Schmidt-Hollenstedt. And it never got to him. Roman will keep it alive. Now Morandi. 7 minutes left to find a winner for either side. That one was overhit with Schmidt-Hollenstedt in the area. That's back over in our direction.
Haggerty able to clear it.
A throw for Becerra. Thank you. And he's going to be asked to step a couple of steps back, more than a couple of steps back.
That's why a couple of steps you might get away with. That was about 10 yards.
Schoberg. Rossi. And Rivera sends it all the way back for Larson to chase after Alva Schmelz. Clipped ahead again. That is in the direction of Horde, who has looked really dangerous here in the second half.
Wildcats just not getting possession here at all. Iona's just dominating these last 5 minutes.
Here's Becerra again. Oh, lovely little turn by Roman, but nobody was making the corresponding run.
Yeah, no one on the end of that. Probably should have been at this late stage.
Oh, that's a nearly heavy touch by Color de Jesus. He got away with it. But the pressure continuing to be put on Schoberg.
Yeah, I think you got to be a little bit more aggressive getting this ball cleared.
Now they will get it all the way over the midfield line. Larson has a chance to run onto it. There are a couple players flooding forward in support for Villanova.
See if they can swing it here to the right. Haggerty's up from his back position.
He is there, and he sends it along the way for Carson Vasquez. Vasquez shirked his first defender, was able to catch back up. And it will be a foul against Vasquez. Sure, it looked like Rivera might have gotten away with a little bit of a push.
Looked like Vasquez was trying to either get a corner there or get it over the touchline for a throw-in.
Substitution here for Iona. Lucas Leet is going to come on in. Final few minutes of the contest.
The Brazilian sophomore.
Out of Rio de Janeiro. Good fall here for Vasquez. Vasquez tried to play the 1-2 along the right. Perhaps could have been a little bit more selfish. Instead, Zach Miles getting it right back along towards the right. Larson ran out of real estate.
Yeah. I almost thought they maybe try to flick it off the defender and get a corner.
It is a goal kick, though.
Wildcats keep him pinned in. Good job by Yankee there. Got a piece of that ball out.
It has been a little bit better spell for Villanova in the final few.
Here's an opportunity here.
That's an important tackle along that left side to make sure that Iona couldn't hit Villanova on the counter quickly. Now the Cats do concede the throw, but get numbers back defensively.
I think that was Crampton. Give him credit for that tackle.
Here's Leet. Options along the left. A good step up from Haggerty to make sure it never got that far.
Nobody will. See if Sam wants to make a run here.
Haggerty with his head up. That's a good turn by Bogdanov to keep possession with Villanova. 3 minutes left for either team to find a winner. Shouts of man on as Miles continues his run. Now Miles has some work to do to get back to his position. Bogdanov was there to cover for him. Vasquez's options are central, and so he goes back there for Bogdanov. Nobody really on the end of that one with any danger, and so it will be another possession for Alves Schmelz, who will wait for anything to materialize. Iona staring at perhaps their second draw in as many matches to open up the season before they host their first match of the year on the 2nd of September against Monmouth, after they're on the road for their first 3-game homestand coming up for the Gales. Looking to go into that homestand still unbeaten, albeit without a win. Headed right in the direction of Becerra. Becerra has an option in front of him, and Rivera overlap is on. Becerra gets it right back. It's just over the head of Horde.
Yeah, that ball's going to go all the way to the other touchline.
Roman was able to catch up to it, right back into the mixer and stabbed away. Iona possessing here very late. And it will be a throw for Villanova, who have a long way to go in the final 70 seconds. And jogging over there a little bit gingerly is Avalos.
1 minute to play in the second half.
Into the final minute we are now. Villanova will have to push up in a hurry if they're going to get anywhere near the goal of Fernando Alves-Schmelz here in the final seconds. Yanka running onto it, but Alves-Schmelz can corral. Now he wants to go quickly with 30 seconds left. Headed along. It goes right back for Vasquez, though. Vasquez trying to turn. Vasquez got dispossessed legally, says the referee. Now down to the...
Thought there should have been a call there.
Final 15 seconds. Becerra looking for options. Wasn't on the same page as Schoberg, and that'll be that.
That should do it.
Villanova with a throw-in pinned very deep, and they will not be able to restart play before the final few seconds. Clock is going to stop here with 2 seconds left on the clock. There's 2 balls on the field, so we'll have to sort that out. But just one more throw-in, and this one will end all square. A goal in the 38th minute by Florian Schutt, and then an own goal 2 minutes before halftime. And that will be a 1-all draw between Iona and Villanova here in the second match of the season for each side. Steve, both teams will think that they could have come away with more, but both will have to imagine be pretty satisfied with the result.
Yeah, I think if you're Mark Fetcher, you take the draw, there's some things to build on. You're probably a little disappointed because the energy level didn't seem to be to match what they had against Ryder, and I credit Iona for that. They're, obviously the top-ranked team in the MAC this year, but I think Mark Fetcher will take the draw, but there'll be some things he really wants to build on from today's outing.
So each team unbeaten through their first 2. As we mentioned, Iona will host Monmouth next, and Villanova with a matchup against their crosstown rival St. Joe's coming up on the 1st of September. That is in just a couple of days this upcoming Monday. Happy Labor Day. Here's a Big 5 matchup for it. But we've got some more soccer for you first at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Villanova women taking on George Mason. Until then, though, for our entire Villanova Sports Network crew and my partner, Steve Pannone, my name's Ben Curtis saying so long and see you real soon. It ends all square here between Villanova and Iona. 1 goal apiece at Higgins Soccer Complex.